In physics and biology, the body is affected by gravity. Drop a ball from up high, it falls to the ground. All bodies are ground, the planet's surface. When we grow from a baby, we experience gravity as a play line. Little older, we experience the theory of the gravity force. Finally, when grows somewhat old, we start experiencing change. Our energies slow down, our bodies get heavier. Finally, we start experiencing difficulties. Our body, among main things, get heavier because we have grown our height. Again, our bodies slow down more so than before, and we experience excessive slower physically and gain more weight that gravity stresses on our bodies and our health. We are only human. We have a biological clock-like system about the length of time we exist. Elon Musk, if we can find out what causes this ending cycle on human anatomy, we might be able to change that future 3056.
Imagine space not as a stretchy fabric, but as a flat, modular grid, like an invisible chessboard that extends in every direction. In the quantum physics theory space model, that grid is the stage. Celestial bodies don't bend it, they anchor it. Stars, planets, moons. Each one pins local squares of the grid into alignment across the expanse. Now here's the twist. The expanse isn't space the way I usually talk about it. It's a neutral field, no density, no mass, no time woven in. Inside the expanse, when a ship moves, the expanse governs its acceleration. Think of it like a frictionless ocean that tells you how fast you can change speed. And locally, right where you are, mass and time drop out of the picture. Your frame goes massless and time becomes undetectable, so the only thing that matters is how the expanse lets you accelerate. What about the speed of light? In this model, light speed isn't a universal cap written across the whole cosmos. It's local. The speed of light applies to your immediate neighborhood, your bubble of interaction with the expanse. Step outside that bubble, and another observer, in another bubble, plays by the same local rule, but it doesn't have to match yours globally. And time? Time isn't braided into space. There's no space-time fabric, no time dilation. A clock is just a device tracking cycles we picked. Basically, Earth's spin and orbit dressed up in gears, crystals, or atoms. When clocks disagree, in this view, they're revealing practical differences in mechanisms and environments, not a cosmic warping of time. Next, separate the rulebooks. Mass and energy, not equivalent here. E doesn't equal mc squared. In this model, mass is mass, how stuff anchors the grid. Energy is energy, how processes unfold within the expanse. Particle physics, electrons, quarks, photons, lives in its own arena. Celestial gravity, how big bodies hold alignment across the grid, lives in another. And the zero-point energy of the empty expanse? That's its own distinct baseline, not borrowed or converted from either of the other two. So how does gravity work? Not by curvature. Gravitational lensing, the way light arcs around massive objects, arises from minuscule, pervasive vibrations that ripple through the grid. The only truly massless particles are gravitons. They don't carry mass, they carry the pattern that keeps alignment honest. They propagate at light speed and then reset. Tick forward, reset, tick forward. Like a cosmic refresh signal that maintains field continuity so the grid never loses the plot. Let's put this together with a big picture image. People often ask, does the whole universe rotate? In this premise, I don't need a giant axle running through everything. Alignment is maintained by interaction, anchors celestial bodies, the expanse itself. Picture vast lanes across the modular grid. Each star-planet galaxy locks in locally, and the expanse coordinates those locks so the lanes stay straight across unimaginable distances. It looks like a grand rotation because the alignments are coherent and persistent, not because the universe spins as a single rigid wheel. What would a ship feel? Inside the expanse, you'd target acceleration rather than velocity. You wouldn't carry mass in your local frame, so you don't fight inertia the usual way. Light in your cabin behaves at your local speed limit, but tied to their bubble. What would experiments show? You'd look for lensing signatures that match vibrational interference rather than geometric curvature. You'd hunt for discontinuities that hint at graviton resets. You'd test clocks not as windows into space-time, but as instruments sensitive to alignment conditions with the expanse. So the core tenets are simple to say, radical to accept. A flat modular grid and expanse that governs acceleration, light speed, and time-defined locally mass and energy kept distinct gravity as vibration carried by massless gravitons, universal alignment without a universal axle. It's a blueprint that swaps curvature for coordination and invites a new way to map the cosmos.
No up, no down, just alignment. That's the hook, no up or down space. Imagine the universe as a space field, a flat, modular grid that everything plugs into. Not a rubber sheet curving under mass, but a clean geometric lattice where motion makes more sense than warping. Black holes don't just twist space-time into a whirlpool. They spin like anchors snapping to the grid, showing their orientation by how they attach to the field. That spin doesn't drag the cosmos into a curve. It reveals the straightness of the space field. Look across the universe and you see the same vibe. Planets, stars, entire galaxies, disks, rings, jets, geometry everywhere. It's unified imagery because alignment beats direction. So what's doing the sinking? Not the usual Higgs story. Think zero-point field, call it the expanse. A neutral, non-density background that everything taps into. Objects don't swim through it, they click with it. Rotation, axis, momentum, these become the language of attachment. Picture a galaxy. Its disk isn't drooping into curvature, it's finding a flat face on the grid and holding it. Stars negotiate their spots by phase and spin, not by sinking. And a black hole, its frame dragging becomes a tell. The spin lines up, the jets point along grid channels, surrounding matter arranges into clean planes. The result, flat geometric alignment echoed at every scale. Do we need a single grand axis? No. Universal rotation isn't the glue here. The expanse is. Alignment emerges locally, object by object. Zoom way out and the tapestry holds. No top, no bottom. Just synchronized celestials, phase locked to the 0 point. Galaxies show us, by spin and posture, how straight the space field is. That's the quantum physics lens. Flat grid, anchored motion, unified imagery. A cosmos that doesn't fall. It clicks. So next time you see a ring, a disk, a jet, ask, is it curving space? Or is it revealing the grid it's aligned to? Maybe the universe isn't bending. Maybe it's snapping into place.